Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Entertainment Brick Show. I know I'm a bit late with this video of Star Wars Visions. This is my Star Wars Visions review video, but I've just been busy and haven't had the time to review it. I did watch it all 9 episodes, and they were really good. For me, I think Season 1, was a little bit better. I think I actually liked the Season 1 episodes more than I liked these ones, but still, these ones were very, very good, unlike Season 1 had, a couple of bad episodes, or not bad episodes, but just, subpar episodes. This season, on the other hand, I feel like didn't really have that issue. It had all really solid episodes, but Season 1 was more of a couple of subpar episodes, and then a bunch of really amazing episodes. But regardless, great stuff here. And I'm just going to do a quick little review. I'm not really here to go, full in-depth like I do with most live-action Star Wars shows. I'm just going to do a quick review, kind of talk about each episode, quick ranking, stuff like that. Just kind of, simple little review discussion kind of stuff, especially because I'm also late. I don't really want to put in all that time into a full video, hour-long video, especially, again, like I said, I'm late. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll kind of go through the ranking, and that way I'll be able to talk about each episode. So, yeah, I guess we'll start with number 9. This is my least, so starting from the bottom, my least favorite episode, up until my favorite episode, and I'll also, that'll be my way of kind of discussing each episode. So, episode, whatever, ranking number 9. Number 9 here is The Pit, which is basically about, the Empire kind of gets a bunch of workers to dig this giant pit for Kyber, and they all just try to kind of, escape it, basically. And it was interesting. I mean, I took all these notes while watching the episode, so it's nothing too crazy, but I just wanted to mention that. It was fine. It was interesting, I guess. It wasn't anything. It was definitely my least favorite. I wrote that in my notes here when I was watching the episode. It was definitely my least favorite. It was cool, it was a good idea. There were, at the end there was a cool reveal that one of the little kids actually had Force abilities and was able to wield, was changing the color of the Kyber crystals and stuff, and it was about the small group kind of rebelling against the Empire and getting other people a part of this town to rebel against them. It was interesting. It was interesting, but most of the other ones I thought, in my opinion, were much cooler. Again, the Kyber crystal stuff was pretty cool, but other than that, there wasn't really much to it besides just this really tragic kind of story that eventually just kind of got better. They were able to get out and they were successful. But yeah, I don't know. That's definitely my least favorite though, The Pit. Number 8 is I Am Your Mother, which is the one, I think this is the Wallace and Gromit studio. I think it is. And this one was good. This one was really good. I like this one because it was Wallace and Gromit style, but it was also the comedic kind of episode. This is the funny episode with just a bunch of random bits that were in here that I thought were great. So stuff like the Wedge Antilles being a main kind of spokesman of this race, whatever on this planet was kind of funny, and how he was I think he was selling merchandise and stuff too, which I thought was cool. In the background of one of the shots, there was a Max Rebo stuffed animal, the blue elephant that plays at Jabba's palace, or blue-looking elephant, whatever. The Wookiees ripping off arms and stuff like that I thought was funny. And there was a lot of funny Wookiee stuff with this little baby Wookiee that was driving one of the ships and stuff. It was pretty funny. It was a funny ep, but there was not anything that made my jaw drop and I'm oh man, that's a crazy cool sequence, whatever. It was just kind of a fun little adventure, a fun little 15-minute episode. And that was really it for that one. Number 7 is Screecher's Reach. This one I really wasn't feeling at all, really. This was episode 2, I think, after coming off of a pretty good starting episode. This one just, I don't know, something about it I wasn't really feeling. I thought the ending was really cool. That was definitely the highlight of this episode. Basically, we have a bunch of kids, it seemed, who were working, and they decide to go and run off to this mountain where they hear about this haunting on this mountain with this ghost. It actually ends up being a Sith Lord, and I thought the Sith was really cool. The Sith Lord in this episode was really cool looking. How it was all scribbled lines and stuff. It was very, very cool looking. And then at the end, it was revealed that it's a test for this main character to kind of join the Jedi or something like that. So it was a cool ending. Cool, tragic ending because she had to leave her friends and stuff, and it was very sad, but yeah, just not one of my favorite episodes, but again, it was pretty cool. Next is In the Stars. This is a stop-motion animation one, and it looked amazing. This is one where basically these two sisters are living on this empire-run planet, and they basically pollute all this water and stuff like that, and they start stealing water and polluting whatever's left of the water, and they basically have to go on a mission to go get some clear, fresh water from this Imperial base, but the younger sister is going to try and, stop the Empire on her own and use the Force and stuff, and they eventually do. The whole compound that they have on whatever planet this is, I forget what the planet's called, gets destroyed by these two sisters, and it was very cool because they realize they have Force powers and stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. It was a cool episode. I loved the stop-motion animation. I thought it was so nice, especially that TIE Fighter. That TIE Fighter was so cool looking in the beginning, and then the Imperial officer, who was kind of like the villain, I guess, of this episode, was also very cool looking as well, so... And actually, the two main characters had very cool designs, too. But, yeah, In the Stars is definitely number 6, but very, very cool episode. Music was really good, too. I wanted to mention that. Number 5 is Sith. This is the premiere episode. This was a very interesting episode because it kind of, it started off with just kind of like a white, page, and then it slowly started to fill in color because it's about, this one Jedi character kind of, painting and stuff. It was very cool episode. Very cool starting episode. There's a really cool Sith villain character in this one, as well as some really cool, troopers that he has alongside him, that there's, a chase sequence with. Very cool designs for those characters. I'd actually like to get those characters in LEGO in particular, just because I think that'd be really cool, but I know LEGO probably won't make any sets off of this, unfortunately. But, yeah, very cool Sith and, villain characters. The coloring was really, really cool, because, again, like I said, it started off with, a blank white page, and then kind of slowly filled in with actual color. Very cool. Very cool. And then the ending fight was really cool too, with the main character going up against the Sith Lord. So it was a pretty cool story, pretty cool character. We get to see that our main character is actually a Sith who escaped the Order and whatever, and is now kind of part Sith, part Jedi, sort of, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, number 5 was Sith. Number 4 on my ranking here is The Spy Dancer. The Spy Dancer was pretty cool. I actually really like this one. This one was really cool. And I'd actually like to see this one, continue, the story of this one continue into another project. Obviously, that probably won't happen, but just having, a whole show dedicated to, the Spy Dancer, universe, whatever, Star Wars universe, would be really cool. Because this story was really, really cool. Lots of cool action sequences. A really cool reversal where we think that the Imperial officer villain is, this old guy, but was actually revealed to be the main character's, child. It was really, really cool. Very cool reversal. And then I also put in my notes here the frog instrument player who said I have a bad feeling about this or something like that. Was very cool. I like that guy. I like that guy a lot. But yeah, this was a really cool episode where basically this dancer fights off an entire horde of the Empire, basically. It was so cool. It was very, very cool. I wasn't too crazy about the animation on this one. I know it's just that studio style, but I don't know. I wasn't crazy about that style, but regardless, very cool episode. That's number 4. Number 3 for me is, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, but Aau's Song. Is that how you say it? A-A-U. Aau's Song. Anyways, this one was very cool. This was easily my favorite of the stop-motion animation episodes, where basically this little girl named Aau, I guess, is able to sing, and it kind of can affect kyber crystals on this cliffside planet that these people live in. There was a really cool designed Jedi for this episode, and I would have loved to have seen a fight sequence in this episode, but there was just it wasn't really. It was just kind of another kind of action sequence. But the Jedi was so cool looking in this episode. All the characters were really cool looking. Aau gets to join the Jedi Order because she's able to change or purify kyber crystals, I think is what it was. And the cliffside village that they had there was stunning. It was so cool looking. So Aau's Song was really good. A really good episode. Love this one for sure. And that's why it's at number 3. But now we're going to get to the 2 that I think everybody probably agrees with. It's just a matter of where did I put them on my ranking. So for number 2, I have the Bandits of Golak, whatever it's called. That's my number 2. This one for me, I thought had the best animation style. I thought it was so cool looking, that animation. Felt like a Clone Wars episode. I put in my notes here. Felt like kind of like a Clone Wars episode, sort of, where there was kind of like an adventure, and you had, there was like some sort of Sith or enemy character going after him. I don't know, it was very cool. The Inquisitor villain was amazing looking. I loved that Inquisitor character. Very cool villain. And then also the old woman Jedi was super, super cool. So cool looking. And the music as well, I put down here. The music was amazing. Like, everything about this episode was so, so good. That's why it's at number 2, of course. But yeah, it was so good. Loved watching all of it. And yeah, that's number 2, Bandits of Golak. And number 1 is, I think, you could probably have guessed this. Journey to the Dark Head was so good. So amazing. Unfortunately, I'm blanking on which studio made that one, but it was so good. So cool. There was a really cool Jedi Council that they had designed for this episode. It had a really cool story where basically, like, this Jedi and this other, like, I don't even know what she was. I don't even know, but basically this Jedi and this other woman had to go to, like, these giant statues and basically destroy the dark side statue, because that would kind of, that would maybe get rid of all the Sith that exist in the world, or something like that. And it was so cool. It was such a cool story. And it was the best episode, loved all the characters. The Sith character looked so cool. What a great fight sequence in this episode. And I don't know, I couldn't rave about this episode more. It was just so good. I loved watching it. Fight sequences were amazing. All, like, the story stuff with the characters and how the young Jedi that was the main character kind of was this Sith Lord had killed, like, his master and a bunch of other Jedi, and now he finally got back at him. Like, so cool. So cool, so cool. So, yeah, that's my ranking, and that's actually also my entire review of the season. Again, Season 2 was really good. I thought Season 1 was a little bit better just because it had some better episodes, in my opinion. But Season 2, regardless, amazing. It sounds like Season 3 is in active development currently, so I'm very excited to do another one of these videos whenever Season 3 shows up. But, yeah, that's my review of Star Wars Visions and ranking as well. So I'm just going to run through it real quick. Number 9 was The Pit. Number 8 was I Am Your Mother. Number 7 is Screecher's Reach. Number 6 is In the Stars. Number 5 is Sith. Number 4 is The Spy Dancer. Number 3 is Ao's Song. Number 2 is The Bandits of Golak. And number 1 is Journey to the Dark Head. So there you have it all. That's really it. So if you enjoyed that video, do the common YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.